Welcome to our enlightening podcast. Today we are empowering moms, supporting their children through performance anxiety. My name is Elana Afrika-Bredenkamp. I'm your host, and we are supported by a panel of experts that's helping us to navigate performance anxiety in our children. A warm welcome to Ria. Ria is our homeopath and certified practitioner in neuro-linguistic performing. She's also a life coach. A warm welcome also to Isabel. She's a registered trauma counselor, passionate about mental health awareness, as well as the founder of Lux Counseling. And then Marie-Louise Candiotis, great seeing you, just a mama blogger and mom. Ladies, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Let's start with performance anxiety. What do you think it is?
So performance anxiety is the little feeling you feel before having to do something on a platform and you really don't know how to calm those nervousness and that anxiousness that you feel, that butterfly in your stomach.
Ria, when we think of performance anxiety, what does homeopathy say?
So if we aren't able to control those stress levels or the anxiety that comes with it, our body goes into the straight fight and flight mode. The cortisol levels go through the roof, adrenaline goes through the roof, and then it's a vicious cycle. Then you can't get out of it. So homeopathy brings that down a notch. There's lots of options and lots of remedies that kids, moms can take.
What are some of the common triggers that you see in your practice that creates performance anxiety?
It's when you realize that it's preventing your child from living a full life. They start cutting back on their life. They are doing less of what they used to find pleasure or joy in. And you recognize those little changes in your child. It will be behavioral changes. It will be emotional changes.
What does homeopathy say? I mean, what is happening in our bodies when we're feeling pressure or nervousness?
Homeopathy says first look at the individual because everyone's going to experience things very differently. But, there's common things to look out for. It's the sweaty hands. It's that increased impulse rate, the diarrhea, maybe even the stomach cramps. If it happens often, then we need to look into that.
How do you deal with all those anxiety moments in one household? I mean, you're a mom and you've been through this.
We shifted our focus from being results-driven to being process-driven. We don't celebrate the big results. We celebrate the small victories. It's about the effort that you put in. It's about when you showed up, but you were so nervous and you didn't want to. That takes off the pressure. We don't have to be perfect.
I almost want to hear, how can we effectively help our kids maintain a healthy mindset, especially when it comes to exams time?
So there are different strategies. The first one, I'd say basic nutrition. If your child is not eating properly, it will really show. It affects how they are learning in class because how do you concentrate? Movement. Movement is so important for our children to help your kids get those endorphins out. And they also have a way to release that stress cycle. And then thirdly, I think also breathing techniques are amazing. Before you write an exam, you can be so caught in your head that you even forget what you learned because you go blank. And my recommendation for this is deep belly breaths. Another technique that you can use is a grounding technique. It's called the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. You name 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can taste, and 1 thing that you can smell. And if you don't have anything to taste or smell, you can imagine it. Imagine what that thing tastes like, what that thing feels like. By the time you're done with this exercise, you should feel so calm and so relaxed.
We need a remedy. So what would you recommend?
There's a group called Bachflower Remedies. Those cover a lot of the fear that comes with whatever situation we are faced with, the anxiety, the fear of being alone. Then you go into more specific, also plant-based remedies, where you would look at something like ambergrissia, which helps with the diarrhea, the stomach aches, the cramping that comes with it. So it treats the physical side of it. Melissa officinalis, which looks more into the anxiety, the sleeplessness that comes with that worry. There's so many. You can also reframe feelings.
Yeah.
So, when you're having the performance anxiety and you're feeling those butterflies and that anxiety in your gut, but hey, I actually feel this as well when I'm happy. And not put that negative connotation, that black cloud over it.
And that's why I say, once you can teach your children how to deal with performance anxiety, by breaking it down to them, not as a bad thing, a physiological experience when you experience anxiety. When it's performance related, it's a good thing. It means you want to do well. Let's start there and then help them to make that cognitive decision in their minds. And that's you also modeling that as a mom. And I think half of being a mom is modeling to our kids how to deal with certain things.
Well, a big thank you to our expert panel, and thank you to you for watching and helping us navigate and supporting our moms through our children's performance anxiety. Well, if you want to support your children with emotional well-being, this is the place to be. You're welcome to comment below and lend your insights to this conversation. My name is Elana. I was your host, and a big thanks to our panel of experts who joined us today.